Man, does that camera suck. What is good, YouTube? It's That One Camera Guy back at it again with another podcast for you. In today's podcast, That One Camera Guy Speaks, we're going to be taking a look at the newly announced Canon 6D Mark II as well as the SL2 of all cameras. And I'm going to talk a little bit about my 5D Mark IV comparison here a little bit. So, got this guy here. And just right off the bat, I'm a little jealous. I love my 5D Mark IV. I love the high ISO performance and everything and its features. But man, I would love to have a vari-angle LCD on this thing. Shoot. Alright, so we're going to look at the 6D Mark II. We're going to go over the specs. We're also going to take a look at the SL2. My goal today is not to really cause an argument or stir about the 4K because, well, that's been long drawn out. The other thing we're going to look at is who are these cameras for and whether or not you should buy it. Now, I am going to look at getting a unit to review later on in the future. So when the camera drops, I'll go ahead and pick one up and do a review. So here we go. We've got the 6D Mark II. It is 26 megapixels. 26 megapixels, which is a nice improvement, by the way. The 26 megapixel update is a good thing. It came from 20 megapixels before on the 6D, and that little bump in resolution makes a big difference. I mean, even the resolution difference from 22 to 30 was really big. I noticed it on my 5D Mark IV compared to my 5D Mark III. That bit of resolution made the image quality that much better, the way I saw it, okay? The way I saw it in use. We've got the Digic 7 image processor, and by all means, that means absolutely nothing. It's just some jargon they use. It's just their CPU or the way they process their images. They always look. Let me show you why this doesn't make any sense. Look, this is the 6D Mark II Digic 7 image processor, and they're using the same thing in their what is it? Let's see here. Their SL2 Digic 7 image processor. What does that even mean? It doesn't mean like, well, why doesn't the SL2 do the same things that the 6D Mark II does? It's complete. Okay, next, 45-point all-cross type AF system. I think it's the same thing as the 80D. If we jump to the 80D, I don't know if it's the same module or not, but it also has the same 45 cross type point on the 80D. And then it has the full HD at 60 with the digital IS, which I think is going to have a lot of questions and concerns for some users. I don't think all, but some. And then we're going to go to dual pixel CMOS AF, movie servo AF, which is the money. That's where the money is for the Canon system, and it's what's keeping Canon going in the move towards the future. So let's take a look here. Native ISO 40,000. I think that is slightly better than the 5D Mark IV. Damn it. 6.5 frames per second shooting. 5D Mark IV is 7. Time-lapse HDR movie, built-in GPS, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, NFC, dust and water resistance. Let me see if they give any information about the buffer performance on the camera. I don't think they do at this time. I don't see it here. They said -3 EV focusing. I just don't know if it's all the focus points. Is it just the center or is it all of them? But that's also nice to know that it will autofocus in dimly lit conditions. So that is kind of the basic focus of the camera. Let's go ahead and take a look at the images here. This is it, man. This is the money. This screen on the back of the camera is why this thing is going to sell. And button-wise, it looks really good. If you look at the top part, they've added that little manual, that function button up there. If we take a look here with the Canon 6D, which it's kind of giving me a hard time here. This is the Canon 6D, and then if you jump to the Canon 6D Mark II, it now has all these that additional feature right there. This camera, the one thing it's really missing is kind of that joystick to really make it a little bit more useful. But overall, it honestly looks and feels, now I haven't touched the camera yet, it gives the impression and vibe that it is really more on line of a mini 5D Mark IV. Okay, that's kind of what the camera is looking like. It's more like a camera you'll partner up with a 5D Mark IV if you wanted a backup camera. If you're doing weddings and you're shooting and you already have a 5D Mark IV, go ahead and grab the 6D Mark II as a backup camera You'll have good resolution. You'll get good low light performance. You'll have some of the newer modern features like built-in Wi-Fi, touchscreen, flip-out screen, all those different cool features that these cameras do have now. It also has GPS, Wi-Fi. That's all great. That's all good stuff. That's stuff that it needs to have. So again, taking a look at it, we have that swivel screen. The top wheel looks similar to before. 4,000 shutter speed. Come on, just drop to 8,000. What is this? What is this joke going on here? That doesn't make any sense. I know they diversify their market and they have to do it in order to sell the camera, but it's just silly. I hate this battery. I hate this memory card door. I don't know. Let me know if you hate it too. Yes, they did not do a dual card slot. Okay? The 6D did not have dual card slots. This one doesn't. Some people like it. Some people don't care. Some people need it. Some people don't. It's up to you. That's a determination you're going to have to make. But I just hate these types of door slots. But I hope it's better, because the one that I had before on my 6D got loose. It got loose because the way I would hold it, as I'm gripping the camera, and I'm gripping that darn camera, I'm taking pictures, it got loose. And then the memory card door felt, it like wiggled. I didn't like that. I didn't like that one bit. But yeah, $2,000. Let's talk about 4K. All right, here's the deal. Not everybody needs 4K. You got to accept that. All right, Canon's marketing this as their lower level full frame camera. Sony has a lower level full frame camera. The A7 II did not have 4K. I know it came out, like almost 2 years ago now? Maybe 2 years now. Did not have 4K. Right? So in Canon's brain, hey, we don't need to put 4K in the camera. Sony has a low end level full frame camera, doesn't have 4K. So they're not really being pressured to do it on their camera as well. I think Canon realizes that the majority of their users is still in the photography community, which it probably is. The video community has already sort of drifted away. They've either drifted to the Canon cinema line, they've either jumped to the Panasonic line, Sony line. They've gone somewhere else already. The days old of the 5D Mark II is gone. It really is. This idea that 5D Mark II, 5D Mark III, Magic Lantern, RAW, all this stuff ain't ever going to happen. You have to go to their cinema line. It's like pulling tooth and nail with somebody that will not listen to you. You can talk out of your head, whatever, it's not going to happen. And we have to get over it. There is no more Canon delivering on that end for the hybrid shooter. It doesn't exist. And the 1080p is decent, right? It's decent enough. Well, I personally have not seen the image quality from the 1080p. And like I said before, if the image quality in 1080p was like superb, like sharp and very clear, then I think it would compensate for the lack of 4K. But 1080p on the Canon system's always been slightly mushy, slightly soft. I haven't liked it. So that's always my big concern about it. Now, the redeeming features on the 6D is your dual pixel CMOS, AF. That's always a great feature. The touchscreen, the ability to interact with the camera, those are all very solid features. People are going to use their cameras in different ways, like I do with my Sony cameras. I mean, I shoot with the screen nowadays. I shoot like this. It's a feature that you really get, and now you even get to flip the screen all the way. But again, 4K, some people need it, a lot of people don't. And quite frankly, the majority of people don't. I have a student, a previous student of mine, she was looking to get a camera. She was looking at the 5D Mark IV. She asked me if, she was going to get the 5D Mark IV, if that was the way she wanted to go with it. I told her you should just wait because, well, I asked her if she needed the 4K. She said I don't think she really needed the 4K. She just needed some 1080p recording. She wanted to do some, YouTube videos here and there. But she wanted the photography strength of the camera, doing portraits and the like. And she really wanted a full frame camera. I said, wait for the 6D Mark II, and here it is. So she looks very excited about it. It's cheaper, right? It's cheaper. Well, she's from Denmark, but it's cheaper for her. So it's going to be more affordable, and she gets some better lenses by saving that money. So there is a market for this camera. Those of us that might be blindsided are living kind of in a bubble, unfortunately. We want all these really good features. I totally understand. Like, I want 4K in the camera. Like, if there was 4K in this camera and they gave a solid codec with it, People would be very interested in this camera, but again, Canon's already made up their mind. There's no point in arguing with them. It's not going to happen. We got to move on. So there is a group of people that like this camera. They're going to buy it. It's going to sell. I mean, whether we complain or not, it's going to be a good backup camera. It's going to be a good portrait camera. And the people that already own Canon glass are going to want to grab it. So that's it. We got to move on, right? It's time to move on. If it doesn't meet your needs, you got to move on. There's the 5D Mark IV if you want the 4K. I'm seeing prices dip on this stuff, but who in their right mind wants to deal with the Motion JPEG 4K in this? I did. I stomached it for a little bit. Man, it's not worth it, man. Yeah, I have a lot of processing power on the computer. I can deal with the files, but it's just one extra thing I just don't want to deal with, man. Jeez. Come on, Canon. I love you, Canon. I love you, but all right. SL2. Let's go ahead and take a look at that, guys. Let's take a look here. SL2. This is the one that I'm interested in, and we're going to do some general comparisons with the vlogging part when we get to that with the 6D Mark II. 24 megapixels. Digic 7 image processor. That garbage. All right. Very angle touchscreen. Thank you. Thank you. This is a smart move by Canon. They made a little portable camera. By the way, being Canon's literature, their video, they made a jab. They made a jab at Sony. They say, hey, you can actually rotate this all the way around. I was laughing. I was actually laughing. They actually made a jab at Sony, a little jab. It wasn't blatant, but they did. And then, yeah, I love that very angles. I love that they did that there. Really good. Small, compact camera, dual pixel CMOS, right? 9.8. That's complete garbage. They really need to step that up. Don't do this crap, Canon. But whatever. It's their consumer line. Full HD 60p, 5 frames per second. There's this weird feature assistant that really surprised me. That's interesting. And then built-in Wi-Fi, NFC, Bluetooth. Those are all great. Let's see if there's anything in the specs. SD card slot, obviously. Nothing here of interest. 5 frames per second. Not fast. It's decent. I'm sure the buffer is not going to be very good. So, but yeah. That's the SL2. This is the camera you're going to buy for vlogging. If you're a parent, you're watching this, and your kid's like super excited about being a vlogger, get this for Christmas time, or if as a gift or something like that. The SL2 is the camera. It's light, it's small, compact. You can get the 10 to 18. You can get the 50 to 1.8 STM. Those are going to really make this camera a joy to use. Buy a Joby GorillaPod for and you're set to go. Now, when we take a look at this camera, again, the redeeming feature is the screen. It's the very angle LCD. That's it. That's the big deal about this camera. And look at the price range. It is pricey for some people. Maybe there might be some sales during the Christmas time frame, and it'll be more affordable for consumers. But I think it's going to be a really great gift. College student, high school student. So this camera is going to be a hot selling item. I guarantee it. It's going to sell. And then what else is really cool? So let's make a general comparison with the 6D Mark II here. So the 6D Mark II is on along the same lines, but they kind of position the 6D Mark II like a vlogging camera. It isn't. I would say you could vlog with it, but it's not the camera I would pick. And the reason for that is if you get the 6D Mark II, the ideal lens for vlogging is an ultra-wide lens. I think that's kind of the de facto now. You want an ultra-wide lens because you can get a lot behind you. And then you can zoom a little bit, just like this. I'm using the 10 to 18 right now. I can zoom in at 18. This is my 10 millimeters. There's a really great 10 to 18 for the APS-C Canon SL1. There's already a really great lens. For the Canon users, for the 6D Mark II, you can't mount the 10 to 18 on it. You'd have to buy a 1740, which doesn't have IS. And the electronic IS might be okay. I haven't personally tried it. But you're probably going to want a lens with IS built in. So you're going to have to look at the 16 to 35 f4 IS, which is a little bit bigger of a lens. Then all of a sudden, your kit isn't as light as you wanted it to be. Does that make sense? I mean, you want a light camera to take with you and move around, but now it's not light anymore. So if we go back here to the SL2, this thing is tiny. It is, does it even give me the weight here? Seriously, where are you at here? It doesn't tell me. I just can't find it right now. But just trust me, it's much lighter. It's a much lighter camera, super light. it's going to be great on a GorillaPod. The 6D Mark II is kind of like excellent photography camera, and they threw in the video stuff for you to make you happy. That's the way I look at the 6D Mark II. The SL2 is purely for the beginner and a vlogger. I think this is going to be a great camera. Vloggers are going to really enjoy it, and I think that's the one people are going to take a look at and pick up. I think some of the influencers are probably going to grab it and do reviews on it. You're going to see people grab that camera. I'm guaranteed. Like Justine, maybe even Sarah Dici already left the Canon camp, so she's not going to look at that. But vloggers are going to go ahead and pick up this SL2. Yeah, that's it. Those are my thoughts on this. I'm curious to see what you got to say. I mean, now that the 6D Mark II specs are out, are you interested in getting it as a photography tool? Those of you that are kind of frustrated with the missing 4K, what's your thoughts? Where are you going to go now? Maybe you were waiting and hoping you would get 4K in the camera. What's your next option? Are you going to go Sony and wait for the A7 Mark III? There's a lot of things going on, folks. There's a lot of missing links. We don't know what's going to happen. The A7 Mark III hopefully will be announced, I don't know, Sony Alpha Rumors is saying in the fall, sadly, so we won't know for sure, but I am on the lookout for what that's going to do. Folks, that's it for my podcast today. If you want to catch the last one, go ahead and click somewhere over here. Subscribe and click somewhere on the screen if you haven't done so already. And with that said, I'm your host, That One Camera Guy, and I'll catch you on the next podcast. Bye.